Hi there, it's Chibi Tweets, also known as Roni. So I guess you guys wanted to see my face, so here it is. So I'm going to be answering your questions, and I did not read these beforehand, so I'm going to read them cold, as producer Sean might say, and you'll see my real-time reaction. I'm going to try not to edit this at all unless I really mess up, then maybe, but we'll see. All right, let's see. First question from Daniel at DanQ Writes Thing. He says, sing Umbop. Wait, it needs to be a question. So could you sing Umbop, please? Also, which percentage of the population could you beat in a dance-off? Well, Dan, unfortunately the answer is 0. I could beat nobody at a dance-off. I'm unfortunately very rhythmically challenged. I'm also, I think, tone deaf maybe, so you probably don't want me to sing Bop. I could, but I might lose all my followers, so I'm gonna leave that to you guys that are more musically inclined than I to sing. Sorry, maybe if it's a Christmas song, you might talk me into it, but trust me, you don't want to hear it. Let's see. Also, Laura at Luann Allen asks me, when did you start writing? What is your favorite of your own pieces and favorite of your own characters? Let's see. That is a hard one to answer. I really don't remember when I started writing. I think when I was about 12, I got a diary for the first time for Christmas from one of my uncles, and that's kind of when I started writing in a diary, and I kind of got into it that way. And when I was littler, I actually used to make videos a lot. I did these Thanksgiving videos. You know, we would have Thanksgiving at our house, and everybody would come to our house, and I'd make these crazy videos, and that's kind of my first creative type thing that I did. But I didn't really seriously get really serious about writing until really recently. I had a lot of stories that I started and never finished. And then I just finished my first one last year, and now I'm rewriting it. My favorite of my own pieces, well, the only finished one that's published is my story Z that I originally wrote for Lost Boys Press Heroes, but unfortunately Zorro is a copyrighted character, as I came to find out. So that kind of sucked. I do love my story that I'm kind of polishing up right now, tentatively called Reaper. You know, that one's really special. It's kind of my first really polished story, I feel. You know, I went through the beta and the edits, and hopefully it's gonna get published one day. We'll see. Favorite of my own characters? Yeah, I got a soft spot for that Z character. She is pretty cool. Also, Ami is very close to my heart from Reaper. She's my main character. And and then I have my other book that I'm rewriting for my first book that I ever wrote. Anna is my witch character. You know, all my main characters are mostly strong, empowered women, so, you know, got a soft spot for them. Let's see. Producer Sean asks, all-time favorite book, favorite film, which character from Friends are you, and what is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? Well, Producer Sean, those are all great questions. Let's see. Favorite book? You know, that's a hard one. I've always loved Memoirs of a Geisha is kind of up there in my favorites. Also, you know, V for Vendetta. You know, it's a graphic novel, but it's still a book, and I love it. and I think the movie is severely underrated. So I think those would be my top two. My favorite film, that's another hard one. You know, you guys asking me to choose between like my babies. I would say for sentimental reasons, I would say, you know, me and my husband kind of have a Back to the Future thing going on. So, you know, that's one of my favorites because of that. And then I remember me and my dad going to see Stargate together, and it was just the two of us, and so that was kind of special, and so that's kind of holds a special place in my heart. Of course, you guys know I love horror, so Lost Boys, From Dawn to Dusk, are a couple of my favorites. I also, you know, have a few favorite, you know, foreign films. So Close is one. Oh, and on horror too, I gotta add Memento and Donnie Darko are up there, as well as the first Saw, I think was really kind of ahead of its time. So all of those movies are my favorite. Kind of depends what mood I'm in. I love Pixar and Disney too. You know, those all go in my movie closet, so those are all my favorites. Which character from Friends are you? You know, I'd love to think I was probably the funny one, but I'm probably like a background character. Like, probably, remember, I forget his name, but he was that weird guy who moved in with Joey for a little while. And then Joey like convinced him that he moved. I'm like, probably that guy that's just like, you know, on the outskirts of the Friends. But I suppose if I was anybody, maybe Ross, probably. I don't know, because I'm such a dork with animals, you know, not fossils, but actual living animals. Mine would be dogs. And let's see, what's the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? I don't even know what that means. 5, maybe? Also from Luan, also known as Laura, asks, if you could visit anywhere, where would you go? Would you go to space? And what is the scariest thing to you? If I could visit anywhere, I would go to Japan, for sure. Without question, that would be my number one place. I kind of really wanted to go when I was fresh out of high school, and I should have. That was my shot. But, you know, I missed it, and so I haven't been, but hopefully it's on the bucket list. Hopefully I get out there one day, and you know, I'm hoping I can spend some time in Japan and then also go over to China to pet the baby pandas. You know, that'd be fun. Do all that kind of fun stuff. But yeah, that would be my top destination. Would I go to space? You know, I would love to go to space if they could do it quicker. I want to go maybe for like a week tops, but I don't think I'd want to like be there for years. You know, maybe like a little vacation in space when they've updated the technology so that we can just, you know, fly out there, see the moon, see maybe some planets, just zoom around real quick and then come back. I'd be cool with that. The scariest thing to me used to probably be ants, if you were to ask me before kids or a kid. But now, you know, it would be, you know, something happening to my son. You know, unfortunately, we've had a rough year with injuries, and I never wish that on my worst enemy. You know, it's a sucky thing to go through when you kind of just feel helpless. So that's the scariest thing to me. Let's see. Dinosaurus D. Dina asks, how did you and your hubs meet? Well, I'm going to age myself here real quick. But back in the day, right out of high school, I took a year off. And then I went to Las Vegas Junior College. And we had AOL Messenger, where little yellow guy, and you used to have to plug into the internet and it would go. for like 5 minutes, and you'd get on there and talk to your friends, and you could search for people that were local. And actually, me and my husband both went to Las Basitas, but we actually found each other through AOL first, and then started hanging out at the college shortly after. That was it. Let's see. What's your favorite form of potato? I knew she was going to ask this. I'm going to call it a croquette, but I know I'm pronouncing it wrong. But it's a Japanese potato, and they make it real, real flat, and it's like crusty on the outside, and you dip it in soy sauce. And I know that sounds really weird, but you just got to trust me here that it's delicious, and that's got to be by far my favorite. But I'd say fries probably come a close second. And Just the Mess at Just LT Writes asks, if you could marry any fiction character. You know, I got a thing for Lucifer from the TV show, not from the Bible. But my husband kind of already is Batman and Lucifer kind of mixed in one. So I kind of feel like I'm married to a fictional character already. He can tell when people are lying, and he always figures out who the bad guy is and what the twist is in movies. And he does this weird thing where he talks to people and he's like, they just tell him whatever he wants to know. So I always make fun of him that he's saying like, what do you desire? And then he says, and then they tell him. So I don't know. Don't make him mad, but he's a good guy otherwise. So, but yeah, I'd say probably Lucifer, but, or maybe, probably an anime guy, someone from Tuxedo Mask, maybe. He's very romantic. And then, let's see, looks like that is all the questions you guys had for me. So, thanks for tuning in, and there you go. Hope you had fun and enjoyed seeing my face. Here it is, in my lovely empty room that I've been packing. So there's nothing here except for me, but there you go. Thanks for following me, and I love you all.